In an ancient time, when a terrible evil threatens the land, only one man can save the world.
Say what? Get out of here.
What? What's the meaning of this?
Oh, let's take off that broken record.
I say.
Here, hold my earrings while I take this monster down. I've got your back, darling. We just might burn down this town. Oh no, oh yeah. When you're up against a challenge and you need a helping hand, we've got an arsenal of fireballs, steel stilettos, and a cat. Oh yeah.
Hello, and welcome to Here Hold My Earrings. My name is Al, and I am your DM today. With me are Henrietta, Yvonne, Laura, Daria, and Sophie. Henrietta.
Hi, I'm Henriette. I'm from Norway, and I play a Kalashtar druid named Dalin.
Yvonne.
Hi, I'm Yvonne, and I'm from Canada, and I play Cracker, a half-orc barbarian. And I have a cold.
Or does she? Yeah. Okay. Laura.
Hello, I'm Laura. I'm from Germany, and I'm playing Byleth, a tiefling wizard.
No longer the oddest thing to say in the intro. Daria.
Hi, I'm Daria. I'm from Poland, and I play a tiefling sorcerer named Zenis.
Excellent. And Sophie.
Hi, I'm Sophie. I'm from Wales, and I play a human wizard named Charlotte.
For a moment, you started off a little lower, and I thought, oh my God, she's going to do it too.
No, I just got a cough.
Wouldn't that be funny if we all had coughs at the same time and everybody's voice went down except mine and it just like squeaked? All right. Who is it who's doing it today?
It's me.
Yay.
Okay, so we started our last session in that forge place with Megara and Hotbeard. Hotbeard's not having much luck with Megara's chain, so he borrows Cracker's axe. He starts whittling away at the chain, but Dalin gives him her +1 spear to help out, which he uses to pick his teeth, and then to lever up one of the chains, which actually does help a little bit. Cracker looks at him using her axe, and she feels hackles on her neck with each strike, but she won't be able to tell if there's any damage to the axe until she's been able to examine it afterwards. Dalin is contemplating using her scapegoat to get the hell out, but then calls a group huddle to figure out what to do. Ashley obviously wants us to release Megara, but everyone else is kind of dithering and on the fence. Dalin conjures a minor elemental of fire to help Hotbeard, and a creature pops up from one of the nearby lava pools. It warns Dalin telepathically that Megara is very powerful and can conjure an army of elementals, which could even damage it, even though it's made of fire. It doesn't think that Megara should be freed because she's so chaotic, and we have no idea what she'll do or how she'll react when she's free, having been used as a source of energy against her will for so long. The elemental recognizes Hotbeard as Count Huzundar, Duke Zalko's lieutenant from a group of fire giants sent to free and enslave Megara. It says that even if we break her chains, we can't free her unless we can break the enchantment on her, which is made by some water elementals, and it keeps her sedated. It says that we need to destroy the summoning locations of the water elementals, or they'll just keep coming. Byleth sends Ivy to check out the overseer rooms above. One looks like a control station, and there are 2 passageways that lead out of the room. One goes down, and one seems to be turning into Megara. The other overseer room is quite similar and also has 2 passages, one going down and one going towards Megara. After much deliberation, we agreed to free Megara to fulfill our original mission and our promise to Ashley. So Ivy flies up to one of the overseer booths with a grappling hook and sets it in place for us for the next day, because then we decide a long rest. Charlotte copies Misty Step from Byleth and now owes her a favor. Byleth casts Alarm at the entrance to the forge and learns the infernal word for wizard. Dalin conjures good berries for everyone, which taste like chocolate, honey, raspberries. But in the middle of the night, dwarves start hammering on the door and singing. So we all go up the grappling hook one by one. Zenis falls on her bum, but eventually we're all in one of the overseer rooms at the top. Zenise tries to read some of the Dwarvish on the controls. One says main entrance door, another says water temple, one says more heat, one says less heat, and there are also work schedules on the wall. We pull up the rope, but leave it attached, and we finish our long rest. The next morning, the dwarves are still hammering on the door. They haven't made it through yet, so Byleth sends Ivy to go out to do some scouting in the passage that leads towards Megara. It leads to a room that has a lot of water in it, and a metal altar in the middle. We head into it, and it's very peaceful and very humid. There are small alcoves with statuettes, which Zenise recognizes as being dwarven idols, and we see some ladders around as well. Charlotte casts Detect Magic to sense that the water in the middle is summoning aligned. And then Byleth touches the water with Mage Hand, which surprisingly summons 2 water elementals, which we are now fighting. And that's where we left off.
Excellent. Well done. Thank you very much indeed. Okay. So you are in the midst of combat. Did anybody want to say or do anything before we resume combat? Technically, it's literally 6 seconds later, but we'll give everybody a chance to get something off their chest if they need to. Okay. Cool. So I guess we were at the start of the next turn. Maybe that's right. I don't know. Dalin?
I guess there's not much to do but to try and kill this elemental that has me engulfed. Let's see. I need.
I think you have advantage also because of Ivy. I sent her to distract them.
Well done.
Okay, here comes the swipe. Wow. 21.
Yeah, that'll hit.
14 damage. Damage. And not much else I can do.
Right. Okay. Very good. So that'll be Cracker's turn next.
So, being that I remember what it's like to be in the belly of something else, I'm swinging wildly with reckless abandon, and with my great axe, and I take a swing.
Okay.
16, not great. And I take another swing.
Oh, so that'll hit actually.
Oh,
So
16 hit? Okay.
yeah, the 16 will hit, and as it hits, your magical axe cleaves through the water, separating 2 halves like a magical, mystical, religious person might have cleaved 2 halves of a sea or ocean. Trying to be.
Who could that be?
I don't know. So we are going to say this one collapses into a small puddle and disappears into the fountain from whence it rose.
Okay, well, I have another attack. Can I move and make my attack?
Yes, of course.
So I get to here, and I do the same thing.
Awesome sauce.
Do you get
Okay.
advantage? Because of
You don't get advantage on the second.
Not on the second one.
But you do get advantage if there's flanking. But isn't Byleth's?
I
is
was
Byleth?
not engulfed.
Oh, okay.
How much I
You're not
know.
engulfed?
Not
Okay.
yet.
All right. So then you do have advantage.
All right. Well, then I'll just roll again. One more time with feeling. Oh, okay. Less feeling.
What'd you roll?
10.
Wah, wah.
But the first one of 18 is not bad. I mean,
The first one was excellent. Well done. Yes. Okay. Violet's turn.
Okay. I think I'm going to use Misty Step to get away from here. Out of the room. No, just kidding. I'm going to wait, I haven't measured it. Like, yeah, that's good. To here. And maybe here. Hello. Here. And I'm going to attack this guy.
Okay.
With Chromatic Orb. Ice damage again.
Okay.
I think maybe I'm gonna do it 2nd level.
Okay.
I'd hope that it hits.
Tell me what you roll.
Advantage. 18 to hit and
Yes, that will
18
hit.
damage.
Okay. Excellent. And as before, they all slow down. They seem to slow down with cold, but only temporarily.
That's it.
Okay. Okay. Charlotte.
I will magic missile. Nice.
Hmm. I'll let you add it up for me because I'm
Phew. It's 11.
very good.
Yeah.
Okay. So now the elemental will go. So it hasn't got anybody engulfed currently. Let's see if we can't rectify that. Oh, by the way, Byleth, when Byleth stepped away, didn't Byleth get... Byleth should have been attacked, right?
I misstepped.
Misty
Yeah.
step. Sorry, you're right.
Mm,
Sorry. Trying to do too many things. Okay.
No
Can we do both Charlotte and Crack? Guess not. I'll
problem.
have to choose one.
Not me, not me, not me, not me.
Well, let's be fair. Let's both of you can roll and see which one it goes after. D20s.
14.
5.
Okay. Let's see.
Nom, 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 nom. Yeah, it's me.
Yeah. Let's have a strength saving throw.
All right. That's my favorite. 26.
Wow. And weren't
Don't you
you
also
raging?
have advantage?
Yeah, you should have actually had advantage, but 26 is fine. That
It'll
so
do.
you basically push your... It's like you're being tackled in a rugby or football tackle, and as they're trying to tackle you, you just sort of stiff arm them, and then you get pushed sideways as they're moving toward you. So yeah, there you go. That'll be its movement, and it's also still going to... No, that'll be its attack. Okay, so that'll be its turn. Zanice, your turn.
I'm gonna come up to here and shoot firebolt at this thing in the middle of water.
Okay. Right. 15 will hit as well, so good job there.
And that's it.
Okay. Nice damage as well for firebolt. It's looking I mean, it's not... There's no blood. It's looking watered. I don't know. Wateried?
Watered down.
Watered down. Yeah, exactly. Well done. Okay. So, Delin?
I am going to go to this fountain thing and try and get a swipe at it.
Okay.
Ba-da-ba-ba.
A swipe
And
at the fountain, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
in the middle.
okay. Okay.
18.
Okay, so okay. As you swipe at the fountain, you hear a clang, and you realize that the fountain it's almost constructed like a reliquary. Okay, so there is a what appears to be brass or some similar type of metallic housing. There's a cap. There's some stems that act as anchors or maybe buttresses, columns that descend down into the fountains proper, which is primarily brass and some other metals. Underneath the cap, but above the main fountain structure, there are 6 glass or maybe quartz, some sort of transparent material panels. And inside the panels, there is what appears to be a beautiful bowl that has a little bit of water in it. And you strike the structure, you break one of the glass panes, and the water and the bowl shake briefly. Okay?
Okay.
Cracker.
I'm just going to keep this guy busy
Okay.
with a 26, and then, hold on, and another one, a 25.
Okay. Yeah, those are pretty good rolls.
It's the voice.
8. It's the voice. Okay. So I guess I'm doing them. Shall I do the math? I'll do the math.
You do the math. Yeah, you're better at it.
Thanks.
I can't even read.
Because yeah, I've got nothing else to do, so I'll do the math.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, the strikes take chunks out of it. Water splashes everywhere. Everybody's getting a bath. It's like being in the front row of SeaWorld back when they used to actually have killer whale shows. Of course, that's gone now. Not that I'm bitter. All right, well done. Byleth?
Mm-hmm. It does look really watered down, right?
It does look very watered down.
Okay, so I'm just gonna keep going at it with chromatic orb eyes again. First level.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
And 23 and 12
Okay.
damage.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, it looks like it's on its last. I mean, it's still structurally there, but it's so empty. You think it could fill like a sports bottle.
Go, Charlotte.
Leave it to me. This. Yeah.
What'd you do?
I touched it. Shockingly.
Just please remember to say it out loud, just because
Of
I'm
course.
obviously trying to do something else. Sorry, so I'm like, yeah, what? Okay, all right. So you hit it with shocking grasp.
Mhm. Bzz,
Yes, and you did how much damage? 8 points.
Mhm.
Okay, so the thing literally just melts. You see electricity shoot throughout the structure of this creature, this being, and it suddenly just collapses in a giant pool at your feet, splashing Cracker and you, but primarily Cracker. Yay! Well done.
Yeah.
Yay! I'll blow in my finger.
Yeah, it was electric. Okay, so you've got this thing. You've the center fountain is gurgling, and now that the combat has been resolved, you can hear in the background a certain amount of humming of machinery. The what appears to be this flame has, aside from the actual center flame itself, uh, a small console, very similar in basic design to the consoles you saw in the control rooms above the main Great Forge area. And this snaking bit that protrudes on the ground here appears to be stones covering something underneath. Anybody want to do anything?
Is there any writing on this thing? The console near fire?
Is there any writing on the? Yeah, there is what appears to be a dedication plaque. The dedication plaque has the following written on it. I'll just read it out loud because presumably you're just going to translate it to everybody. We call upon the gods of the plane of water to aid us in maintaining stability and keeping the Dawn Titan quiet. Let her rest and keep her subdued so that we all may have peace. And then underneath, aside from a couple of panels and some instrumentation, including some things that you might think are maybe meters of some kind, keeping track of things, there is one gigantic red button that is covered by what appears to be some quartz box. And in Dwarvish, it says, "Do not push."
Moxie.
Oh my god, I want to push it. Why do they always do this?
I'm not going to touch it.
Don't be shy. Push it.
I don't want to die again. So much trauma.
Well, it seems like that's the one to release or to stop the summoning circle, probably.
Should I push it?
You can push
If you
it.
want to.
Yes.
Okay, stand back.
Ashley literally just backs up.
She's already against the door.
She's like she's basically barely in the chamber. She's got like one eye and like half of a beard sticking out around the corner.
We
Byleth.
do have a couple of wizards that can do mage hand. So
I
maybe
can, but it's not as fun as it.
think I'm also
Okay.
just afraid.
You do you.
Violet, hide behind Charlotte, please.
I'll
Okay.
protect you.
Charlotte the meat shield.
You
I
owe
do owe
me.
her a favor.
I'm gonna
You're doing
yank on Dylan's tail and indicate that, back up.
The raging barbarian is hiding behind the level 3 wizard. I love
Yeah. Oh yeah. She's got fireball.
That's true.
it. Okay. All right.
I push it.
Okay. As you push it, you hear the groaning of machinery. It almost sounds like it's protesting, possibly because it's rusted or it just hasn't been used in heaven knows how long. The center console doesn't really seem to react, but immediately you hear blaring sirens, and there are a couple of lights that start dancing around the fountain itself, such that it's creating a strobe effect throughout the entire chamber. The metal structure that Delin took a swipe at suddenly changes. The cap pops open, and then along with the two metallic columns or stems that hold the cap on one side, it falls away with the other columns also falling away, and the intact panes of glass falling with it, such that it's like a flower opening up. And the bowl that's sitting there levitates a little bit and then just sits without moving.
That was fun.
Definitely.
Can I just run back a little bit to the doorway to see if anything's changed in the room?
Yeah. You mean in the Great Forge?
Yep.
Yeah, you can go back to the Great Forge.
So I'll go. I think we're just peek out the windows of the balcony thingy, right?
Oh, right. Yep,
Yeah.
that's a good idea. Yep. So if you're going to run all the way back there, as you peek out through the windows, it looks like Hotbeard is making some progress. A number of the chains that you saw have been broken, and they lay damaged and separated at his feet. Hotbeard, surprisingly, looks like he's sweating, and he keeps looking over her shoulder. And of course, in the background, you hear the work song of the dwarves as well. They seem to be, if anything, they seem to be a little bit louder. But of course, it's hard to tell from where you are. You'd have to be closer to the door to see if there are any physical signs that they've made any progress.
Okay. And
There you go. Didn't want to disappoint.
it's awesome.
Okay.
And that's it.
What do you-
That's the only change, is that he's made headway. She's not awake.
No, she
Okay.
doesn't seem to have woken yet.
Okay.
If that's what you were waiting for.
Yeah, I was just waiting to see if she was, talking in her sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I come back and let everybody know.
Okay. So the time it takes for you to travel back there, are you dashing?
Oh yeah, I'm dashing. I'm
Okay.
as fast as I can go.
Okay. So in the time it takes for you to run over there, take a quick peek out the control tower, control room windows, and then run back, there's really not been any change anywhere. Everything seems roughly the same as when you first walk these corridors. I mean, it's not like a massive distance. It's, you can do it in basically a couple of turns when you're dashing. Anybody else want to do anything? How does Charlotte feel, other than, of course, being, taken somewhat for granted, being used for her body?
It's like Charlotte, Beth should just fireball the contraption and get it over with. Decimate it.
You're casting fireball? What? Sorry, what?
No, I feel like Violet should just fireball right in the middle and just get it over with.
Okay.
It's not a very nuanced approach.
I think someone
wonder-
needs to spill the bowl.
Mm. I really want to destroy the ball. Not with fireball. It would be a bit extra. And a waste of a third level spell slot,
What's a spell slot?
hopefully.
Uh,
Well,
all
Sure,
right.
just fireball.
Don't forget, when you guys take the downtime, which you can do, you can also create scrolls and even potions. So, there's no real, and even in this case, a spell like Fireball, even though it's a wizard spell in this particular instance, can be used by anybody else who can cast Fireball. So you could write a scroll of Fireball, and then anybody else who can cast Fireball in their class, such as a sorcerer or wizard, or even a light cleric, could also use that scroll. Just a thought, since you guys kind of lost track of your necklace of fireballs. Henrietta, any thoughts?
Not really.
No thoughts. Head empty.
is the water orb, is it like filled to the brim? Is it closed all the way? Is there an open thingy? What type of orb is it?
Sorry, the fountain, you mean?
I mean, you said that there's a water orb that's now free.
A water orb?
Wasn't it a bowl
Yeah.
with
It-
A
water in it?
water bowl, yeah.
There's a bowl.
So, yeah.
hmm
And
Sorry, what's your question?
maybe I have the wrong image in my head.
I may be missing, some of you guys are cutting out. I don't know if that's me or you guys, but I'm missing a couple of words. So you're asking what it looks like?
Yeah, what does it look like?
Okay, so you've got a fountain, right?
Mhm.
The fountain itself is quite full of water. The water in the fountain seems to be bubbling in from the sides. So the center piece isn't spewing water like a fountain, but the water itself is bubbling, and it looks almost like it's being jetted in from the sides around the outside of the fountain. The centerpiece itself has a larger column primarily constructed of brass. And at the top of the brass, there is this little chamber that has now opened up. And inside the chamber is a bowl, a beautiful bowl. And the bowl itself has a little bit of water. And the bowl is now levitating above the column. Before it was sitting on the column.
Mhm. And the bowl is out of glass? Oh.
The bowl appears to be a silvery material.
Want me to do something stupid again? I can.
Why not?
Okay.
Well, at least it's not lava.
Mhm. What harm can it do? I'm gonna go over to the fountain and I'm going to try and kind of grab the bowl with my teeth and drink the water inside the bowl. I'm thirsty.
Drink the water.
Why not?
Interesting.
Oh my. Okay.
Maybe I will get the power of the water elementals. It's D&D.
You just get one
I
in your belly.
Oh my gosh.
I was about 5 years old, and my mother, we were walking down Fifth Avenue, and there's a very famous cathedral called St. Patrick's, and we walked into St. Patrick's Cathedral.
Mm.
And as a little child, I was very thirsty, so I went up to a font and I tried to drink it, thinking it was a water fountain. And my mother said, "No, no, no, you can't drink that. That's the whole water." And then she dabbed it on my forehead, said, "Doesn't that feel better?" I said, "No, I don't feel any less thirsty. I'm still thirsty." Anyway, so yes, so you pick up the bowl with your teeth,
Yeah.
and would you say that as a cat, you're very adept at picking up bowls full of water with your teeth without spilling them?
That's not my intention. If I spill, I spill. I'm just gonna try and remove the bowl from the fountain thingy.
Okay. So as you put your mouth over this bowl, um, there's a little bit of resistance, but once you sort of latch onto it firmly, the bowl comes away without too much extra effort. Some of the water spills out. It's actually got quite a lot of water. It's very large, relatively speaking. Um, and because it has quite a few gallons of water in it. The whole thing weighs probably about 30 pounds.
Oh,
So it's fairly heavy, but you're strong enough to carry it in your mouth. I mean, you're a saber-toothed tiger. You can carry something that, you could drag back prey that, weighs hundreds of pounds.
true.
But you do spill a fair amount of it out. But it's fine. Doesn't seem to be any other effect other than the entire room shuts down. All the lights go off. The water stops bubbling. The water jets that feed the fountain, they stop working. The claxons that you heard when the glass chamber of the sort of reliquary type device opened up, that stops. The strobe lights, they all stop. And all you see is a red, the flame is still burning, but now there's a little metallic sconce that covers part of the flame, but not all of it, and it sort of rotates, and it just creates this red sort of strobing effect, like a mini lighthouse, and it just sort of bathes the whole darkened room in this red light that sort of rotates into redness and darkness.
Well, that went
And
well.
and then you hear from
Oh.
down the corridor, "Oh!" And just a lot of shouting and screaming all of a sudden.
Oh.
Oops.
Like a back door or something.
Drink fast.
It's not a back door, it's just
Oh, that
from
that was just a joke
Oh, sorry. All right.
to get
I'm sorry.
out.
Yeah, there seem to be lots of nooks and crannies, but they're all filled with these little deities, these little statues of deities. Every single one of them appears to be a creche or some sort of, a little nook for praying or something else.
I'm just gonna back up.
You still have the bowl in your mouth?
Oh,
Okay.
maybe get out of here.
Are you gonna
Either
drink
way,
it?
Ashley.
Oh, yeah, you wanted to drink it, didn't you?
Yeah, I can take a few sips.
Okay. You take a few sips, and the water tastes fairly metallic, but other than that, it seems to be, as far as you can tell, water.
Hmm.
Just because
I'm
I didn't make
going.
you roll doesn't mean that something didn't happen. You just may not notice.
Right. I'm just gonna turn around and just go back out. Like, we're done.
Okay.
And I'm gonna bring the bowl with me so they can't activate it again.
Okay. Fair enough.
What was the bowl made of? I didn't get that.
It's silver and gold bands, and it's also got some beautiful decorations. It's all very aquatic looking. There's like engraved waves. There seem to be swirls and eddies. It's all kind of images of water.
Okay. Is it thick?
Is
Or
the bowl thick?
yeah, the bottom is thick. I was thinking they might ask Cracker to try to destroy it, so they can't put the water in it and put it back in, so she can cleave it in two or make a hole in it.
Right.
You mean crack it? Like
Yep.
Okay.
It's very sturdy. It actually is a bowl that sits on a small tripod itself, but the whole thing was levitating. But the whole thing it's made of metals and, carved minerals and quartz and things. It's sturdy, it's heavy. Now that you spilled a lot of water out, it doesn't weigh 30 pounds anymore, but it's definitely, you can tell that even empty, it would be a good solid 15, 20 pounds.
Okay. I'm gonna turn it myself, and I'm gonna put the bowl in the bag of holding,
Okay.
so nobody can get it but us.
That make the
Well,
water freeze?
I was thinking about just pouring the water out.
Okay.
We don't need the water. It's just water.
Yeah. I mean, you could probably just fill it up with spit.
Yep. Drool. I can turn into a Mabaria or something. And just drool it.
Nice. Nice.
I'm gonna put it in the bag of holding and just say, wanna try the other alcohol? Maybe? Should be
Okay.
one more, shouldn't it? There was
Yes.
2 summoning circles. Is it?
Was there some kind of passageway linking them?
Was there a passageway linking them?
Mm-hmm.
So one of the other things you'll realize is that actually it seems as if all of these passageways are connected to this space. So the other passageways that exit out, if you want to explore those, you haven't done that. But this area, there are other passageways that come into this room, and they seem to loop around to the other control booths. Does that make sense?
Yep. You have a hunch on how to get there, Delin?
No, other than going maybe down and up again on the other side to the other alcove, or take the other. When we went here, there were kind of two separate paths. We could try the other path.
Let's try the other path.
Okay. And I'm gonna start walking back and try the other path. But on the way, I'm going to ask Ashley. So, what kind of spells did you prepare for today?
There it is.
That's so subtle. Oh boy, that is, yeah. She looks like you like you just asked to borrow like a lot of money. uh, and she says, "Well, I've got some ability to resist fire if I need to. I can also call down a flame strike because our god is Kasuth, but that's just because I've got a scroll.
Yeah.
Uh, I have the ability to cast a guiding bolt.
Mhm. That's it.
Well, no, I've got a few other things up my sleeve, but I mean, if you had something in mind,
Do you have anything that can help with elementals?
I can summon a fire elemental, but that's also because I have a scroll.
No.
You sound disappointed.
Oh no.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's good. It's just good to know what kind of spells you have.
Well, I would prefer not to have to use all of them because, well, these were gifts to us by our god. And of course, if it's a life or death situation, then I'll do what I must. But
Yeah, but don't you know any spells yourself without scrolls?
I
Except the
do know a
guiding
few.
bolt?
No, I do know a few spells. But again, if you tell me what it is you're looking for,
No, just good to know if you can help in a situation and what you can do.
what I can do is I can pray for your souls so that
Ah,
Kasuth will receive you well.
oh, you have to argue with Kerensley if he wants our soul. But
Well,
okay.
I can also pray to try to help our mission succeed.
Yeah, prayers are good. Okay, let's just keep going.
She looks at you like the fact that you're not very impressed kind of upsets her a little bit, but then she just sort of goes, whatever. As you follow the other stairwell back, uh, you realize you're now heading closer to the Great Forge area because the sounds of shouting are getting louder. Now, I think this is a good time for us to take a little break. I want to set up one or two things, and you guys can think about what you're going to do once you enter the Great Forge area.
All right.
All right.
Mhm.
Okay?
Oh, that was awesome.
Maybe 10 minutes or so?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
Hi, we hope you're enjoying this episode, and if so, please like and subscribe. And remember, the next time your DM says, roll initiative, yell back,
Here.
hold
my
my
earrings.
Here, hold my earrings.
This is good. I think we only need this take.
all right, looks like everybody's back. So as you continue walking, you realize you have returned to the main Great Forge chamber, and there are now what appear to be, well, it's obviously a full battalion of dwarven soldiers, and Hotbeard is standing there holding up the tiny little spear and a giant mallet or hammer looking a bit guilty, like he's not sure what he's supposed to do. Most of the chains for Megara are lying at his feet, and you can hear some rumblings in the background where Megara is tucked into that alcove. There seems to be some stirring even. Before, the chains were pretty much, they weren't necessarily all taut, but they definitely weren't moving. Although there is heat in here and that causes circulation of air, it wasn't enough to swing the chains. But now you can see that there's a bit of stirring in the limbs. Some of the chains are clanking. The dwarves, for the most part, are pointing fingers at each other, pointing fingers at Hotbeard or the Megara or whatever. And then they see you, and one of them shouts in Dwarven, which of course only Zenise understands. What's going on here? Why is Hotbeard trying to free Megara?
I don't know. We just got here.
Yeah, roll deception.
I can use my portent. Maybe that works. Hopefully. Yeah, natural 20.
All right. What other bonuses does Zenise have? Let me see the roll. I mean, the 20 counts, but let me see what the bonus is out of it. +4. Okay. You don't know what happened? You've been missing for 2 days.
What? 2 days? Oh my god, that's long.
Sightseeing.
We just
So
got rid of these small fiery things that Rick asked us about.
Daria, you're the best. He responds with the same nonchalance as being late 15 minutes to a meet-up lunch. Well, you know, we were looking at the shops. Wait, why is Megara moving?
How do I
And
know?
what is that in your mouth?
She doesn't understand you. Speak common.
And they switch to common, and they all speak in common, and they repeat the demand. What is that in your mouth? That looks like the bowl of
It's
water
in the bag.
elementals.
Yeah, it's in the bag of holding. I put it in the bag of holding before we went.
Why do I sense that the bowl of water elementals is in your bag of holding?
What ball?
Oh, I don't know. Whatever fucking bowl. It's
I have
Why
an iron
is she
pot. Well, I don't anymore.
no.
Pilot. I
Why
wasn't a
is she
cat.
stirring? And as you see him pointing at Megara, Megara suddenly stirs and breaks free and moves forward and stretches languidly. None of you speak elemental, right? Any of the elemental languages? Like,
No.
okay. And she flexes, and suddenly you just see everything melt. And instead, this beautiful iridescent creature appears. It's like watching, it's almost as if she was previously covered in lead. And now, when you see her actual colors, it's just various forms of the spectrums of color that you would normally expect in a fire, and they just dance along the surface of her skin. They're not fixed at any point, but they move almost like living firewood. And as she stretches almost languidly as if waking up from a very long nap, she looks around and she points at Hotbeard and blasts him with fire. And Hotbeard, although he is a fire giant and is immune to fire damage, you see that his actual beard starts to burn, and he starts patting it out desperately. And he shouts in giant, which of course none of you understand since you don't have your telepathic communication up with him, right?
Nope.
And then she points at the doors and she releases a tremendous explosion of just lava and fire. And you watch as literally half the doors, especially the ones in the front, just melt. They don't even cremate. They literally just melt into piles of combinations of bones and not even really bones, a little bit of metal. The rest of them are all injured and they all shout, "She's free!" in Dwarven because, in an emergency, they're not going to be in common, right? Somebody has stolen the bull.
What ball?
Go with the power.
Be quiet.
We're just
Say anything.
bystanders.
Yeah.
Why is the turn order tracker going up again? Okay. Let's see. Who wants to go roll their initiative? Didn't we just finish combat? Yeah, and we're having another one. That's how we roll.
Oh boy.
Okay. Didn't load for the first one.
I wasn't in my cat form, and I can't delete it. I can't target it either.
Okay, so what do you need me to do?
Delete it. I
Delete.
can't target the tiger. I was in my human form.
Uh-huh. The image, you mean, the token.
Yeah,
I can change. I forgot to change this setting. There's a lot to do here.
Yeah, but I wasn't in my form anyway, so you can just delete it.
All right. I'm getting to it. Just give me a second.
Come on!
God damn it.
Oh,
Jesus.
oh, Jesus.
Fucking hell. Oh my golly.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, just for that.
I'm dead.
Some more dwarves show up.
Oh, come on, simmer down, simmer down.
Yeah, and some more. How do you like them apples? Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go.
Oh my god.
All right. Okay, so who wants to roll for all the dwarves? All the hundreds of dwarves.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it, Laura.
I'm gonna do it. 14.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I have a question. My first roll didn't go through, so it
okay.
then got to an
What
11.
was your first roll?
But it was a 15.
Okay.
Stay on my screen.
I believe you. I'm not. No one
Yeah, I don't
questioned
know.
it.
It lagged for a second, so I just.
Okay, all right. I'm not trying to punish anybody other than Henrietta. No, I'm not. They were there. They were supposed to be there anyway. Okay, so who's going to roll for Hotbeard and who's going to roll for Megara?
I'll roll for Megara.
Yeah, you will. All right. And who's rolling for Hotbeard? Or yeah.
I can.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh my god!
Oh my.
Wow.
Nice.
Now. Really? Now.
Okay. All right, Charlotte. You get to set the tone. What are you doing?
Fuck. Oh my god. I will.
Yeah, no
Ready
stress.
in action.
Okay, very good. Yeah. No, excellent.
I'll ready
Excellent
in
use of the
action.
terminology. Seriously, I appreciate that.
Thank you. I'll ready sleep. If
On the dwarves?
what will be the trigger?
So just read this, post the spell and read it.
Boop, 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 boop. An invisible. No, that's wrong. There we go.
That would help.
The spell sends creatures into a magical slumber. Roll
Okay.
5d8. The total is how many hit points of creatures the spell can affect.
Right. So one thing I'm just going to give you for free, you can definitely put a couple of dwarves to sleep, maybe. If your plan is to potentially use it on Megara or Hotbeard, they're not going to be affected. You know that intuitively. It's so obvious.
I wasn't going to do that anyway.
Okay, just so you know. I don't want you to be frustrated. Normally I would let you figure it out on your own, but I think this is too critical that I don't want you frustrated that you couldn't do something.
I wasn't gonna sleep Megara. She's our friend. Look how colorful she is.
I mean, if beauty was the reason why you made friends, then yeah, not shallow at all.
Well,
Laura's already said, I don't like him. He's ugly. Or that was Byleth, I should say. Sorry, Laura. I'm sure doesn't look.
I don't feel
She,
that way. But
yeah, she doesn't
Byleth
judge books
definitely
by
thought it.
covers. Yeah. Okay. All right. Hotbeard. Hotbeard is going to. He just drops the hammer and the spear, throws his hands up, and says something in Dwarvish that Zenise understands. They made me do it. They threatened to kill me.
did we?
Liar.
I just what?
And it turns out it's your turn, Dylan. So you can J'accuse! As you stick
Yeah.
a finger in his face.
Mm, hmm. Yeah, what to do?
Don't ever say I don't create fun moments. This is like a Jerry Springer episode.
I would kind of like to wait and see what Megara does, but waiting that long might kill me. But that will stop her. Jesus, this is not easy. I really don't know. I am going to put up, and for now, what kind of weapons do the dwarves have? Axes, bows?
Mostly hammers, it seems like,
Okay,
and some and axes.
Okay.
They don't seem to be very well equipped for range weapons.
Okay, good. Just to kind of ward off from them, I'm gonna put an entangle spell if I can get it.
Okay.
Out
I'm just
there.
putting these bodies back to create a little bit of tension.
Let's see how entangle. There you are.
Mhm.
So a 20-foot square on the stairs here to kind of not getting, so they will have a hard time getting to us from there.
Okay. Very good. Yeah, excellent choice. Let me change
First
that
time
so
I
you
used
can-
it.
Yeah, there you go. Well done, Henrietta. Okay, Cracker.
So I watch Dylan cast this entangle spell. So no, I'm not going to rush anybody. I'm getting the picture. Starting to see the message. So I turn to Zenise and say, "What Hotbeard say?" So that's my turn.
Okay, yeah, Zenise can repeat everything.
Yeah.
'Kay.
I repeat.
Well done, well done, Yvonne. So you just repeat what he says. If you wanted to add one or two things, you can.
What a liar.
But you said it in common. So I guess some of the dwarves speak common. Most of the dwarves probably speak common. They heard it. Okay, very good. Does Cracker want to move or?
Yeah, I'm gonna move to the front here. Just make sure that my
Okay.
crew's protected. I'm there.
Yep. So this is an excellent what we call battlefield control spell, Entangle. Just to be clear, so people won't be surprised. Once you get past sort of this area, they can if you're trying to stop them coming around, then they could still flank you from here. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Hopefully,
All right.
Megara will kill them on the way.
Yeah, could be. Byleth.
Okay. I would really like to get my doorstop arrowhead back. So I guess I will
You're gonna kill all these dwarfs just to get the one.
yes. No, I will try to look for it first. Through the eyes of my
Your owl. Okay. Yeah.
yeah, through the eyes of my owl, and gonna can my owl dash? I think so, right? If it flies.
Yeah.
Okay, then I will put it here.
Okay.
60 feet, I think, and look through her eyes and make a perception check
Okay.
to see whether I can see it.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
It has advantage and it's +3.
Okay. Wow.
Ooh.
Yippee! So Do I see?
Why is it +6?
It's
Oh,
just advantage. So
sorry. Yeah, I had a brain fart. Yeah. Okay. So you're through Ivy's eyes. You can see that the doorstop is in the exact same place where you jammed it up against the door. What you do see is that the doors, obviously having gotten frustrated trying to break through the door itself, have actually broken through the rock around the door on one side where one of the hinges was. So they've literally just tunneled their way through the rock rather than go through the door.
okay.
Of course, if you're going to fireball everybody at this point, I mean, you can't get a better target than a whole bunch of tightly close-knit doors, right?
Hmm, hmm.
Okay, so that was
Giving me
your
ideas.
yeah. So that's Ivy's turn and your turn because
Mhm.
you need your action to look through her eyes, right?
Yeah. But could I dash back with her?
You can move back.
Yeah. Okay. Move. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Right. Move back.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
move right here again.
I'm going to assume you were flying above the dwarves.
Yeah, but she also doesn't provoke opportunity attacks.
Oh, right. Okay.
I mean,
Good.
she's flying, so yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. So Megara at this point just sort of saunters over and just lays out a whole bunch of fire again. And let's see. Why don't we actually do the saving throws this time? Actually, you know what? She's just going to summon a bunch of elementals. That'd be a lot more fun. She points a finger, and a lot of these little creatures that you fought before just sort of pop up out of nowhere. A couple of them pop up over here. Do the Bob Ross method, and we'll just put a little fire out here. Maybe this one will just be hanging out over here, doing its own little thing. It could be maybe one or two of them, maybe just throwing fireballs at each other.
That's fun.
There you go. Yeah, that's okay. And the ones next to you just look at you and they start making the cackling, crackling sounds. And they just start throwing fireballs at you as well. So let's see. Every one of you roll 1d20, and you're going to be rolling against the person sequentially on roll 20 next to you. So Henrietta, you'll be rolling to attack Cracker. Yvonne, you'll be rolling to attack Byleth. Laura, you'll be rolling to attack Zanice, and Daria, you'll be rolling to attack Charlotte, and Charlotte, of course, you'll be rolling to attack Delin. Or Sophie, rather, you'll be rolling to attack Delin. 1d20 each. There you go. Oh, wow, lots of low rolls. Oh,
Oh no.
Sophie.
Sorry.
Got some pent-up anger after being used as the meat shield a couple of times, huh? All right, Delin, you're going to take it on the chin and take 7 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Which, if you wanted to try to use your spell, you could, but you
Nah.
don't have to, of course.
Nah.
All right. And the dwarves are going to go. They're going to spread out and attack a bunch of these elementals. Several of them do seem to actually have crossbows attached to their backs, which you could not see earlier, and they will unsling those. Quite a few of them are actually going to try to rush up to Megara bravely and foolishly, probably. And at the same time, a bunch of the other ones, I'm putting them there just to make it easier. I'm going to try to rush through the Entangle spell. You go ahead and roll your Entangle spell. These three probably will go down. Disappear. This one will probably disappear. Two of these will probably disappear. And
How many for Entangle?
at least 4. Go ahead and roll 4. While I try to get this guy back out there.
DC 15.
Okay.
And I think it's strength here.
Okay. Post the spell again.
Mhm.
You have to roll damage, don't you?
No, that's spike growth. This is just Entangle. Yeah.
Okay, right. Okay, so pretty much, so 2 of them are going to get caught up, and the other 2 will not. And they'll keep running toward you, but they'll probably stop short of being able to attack you. So I'll just put them over here just to be simple. And the ones that have their crossbows out, they're going to move in line to shoot Megara. And they'll fire off a bunch of crossbows, and none of them will make it to her. They'll all melt before they actually penetrate anything. A couple of them will take a couple of pot shots at you guys since you put up some spells yourselves, but they're not really, focused on it. So go ahead and roll 1d20 each, Laura and Daria. Oh,
Oh,
and that's going to be the one that hits Delin. So that'll be, let's call it 8 hit points.
Okay.
Being a crit, that's pretty good, actually.
Mhm.
Okay, and that'll be their turn. Zanice.
I'm gonna cast False Life
Okay. Anything else?
and just move here.
Okay. Charlotte.
Let's see. I will magic missile. Good old magic missile.
Sorry, anyone in particular?
Let me just figure out who. 2 on this guy,
Okay.
and then 1 on this guy.
Okay.
Pew, pew, pew.
Okay. So the one that the last one will take the 3 points. The first one actually is going to collapse. You've killed him. Well,
I'll save you,
There's-
Ashley.
there's no denying which side you're on now. Okay.
Self-defense, as always.
Hotbeard. Yeah, Hotbeard just decides to dash into the alcove and hide in the flames. You can sort of see him, but it's very hard to see. And the flames actually provide some cover, and both from the smoke and the flames provide a bit of cover because it's some obfuscation. But also it's so hot in there that a lot of the weapons that you might use, short of a very, very fast arrow or bolt, probably would melt before they get to him. Delin.
Yeah. I actually need to make a concentration check on the entangle.
Oh
I
no.
forgot about it.
Okay.
So I got an 8. That should be enough. And what to do? What to do? I really don't want to kill any of the elementals in fear of pissing off Megara. I am going to throw a ice knife at the one in the net. This one. He's in the net.
Which one? This one?
The one
Okay.
in the middle. Let's see. All the spells. There you are. That's 14 on him and 3 on the ones next to him.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So the one that gets hit is going to collapse with this shard of ice, like a gigantic icicle, just piercing through his chest, and the others are, of course, hit with the
Yeah, 7 and 2.
blast. Sorry.
No, I forgot to make the save. The one on the sides.
Mm,
Can I make a save for the spikes that go out?
Okay.
So, but 7 and 2 dexterity. So I guess they take 3 anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. Excellent. Anything else for Delin?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay.
Good.
Cracker.
All right, I'm going to come over here and hopefully hip check Ashley over to Megara in the process. But, I'm going to just take a swing at this. I mean, it's her plan. It's her bloody deity.
Right.
Go talk to her already.
All right. Well, then, if you want her to do that, you should use your action and tell her to do that.
Well, I'm hoping she just gets the hint because I'm going to come over here and take care of this dwarf here.
Yeah, NPCs aren't going to do that for you. You can have her do it for your action.
Okay, well, I'm just going to help her out here.
Okay.
I'm just hoping she gets the message, in her thoughtful mind, but I don't know what she's going to do. I
Well,
have no
the
control
look
over her.
as you pass her, you can see that her mouth is slack-jawed and wide open. Her eyes look like the size of dinner saucers, and she is literally she's either in awe, terrified, or amazed, or all three.
Well, let's get rid of this dwarf before it kills her.
Okay, so this one's going to go down since it was already partially wounded, and now you just hacked it to death.
Great.
Yay.
And I'm gonna just move back here.
Okay,
And that's me.
excellent. Byleth.
Yes. I think I want to cast Fireball. I think that would, really, yeah, I don't know, make it more chaotic. And I wanna cast it like here. Um,
I didn't see the ping.
oh, I'm gonna draw
Okay.
like uh
Yeah, I see it.
shoot,
I see it.
like
Oh my God, I
kind of
see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah.
Mhm.
Go ahead and roll it, just in case you get really low damage.
Mhm.
Oh, that is enough. Okay, so do you want to describe what it looks like, or smells like, or sounds like when they all disintegrate?
Um,
They don't technically
oh,
disintegrate; they just
I
kind
mean,
of melt.
I'm also going for the melting.
Okay.
I wanna, impress Megara, of course, because she looks so beautiful. And yeah, it's of course it smells really bad because the dwarves and they have all this stuff on, and then they just melt, so it's a bit gross, but I
Yeah,
think it looks more
lot
cool than it is gross.
a lot of burning beards for sure.
Mm,
Yeah, the
not
whole
mine.
cavern is filled with smell of burning hair. I mean, that guy does not look like he showers every day.
Yeah.
Uh, well done. And as you cast this fireball, all of the little fire elementals kind of look over at you and go, "Eh," and they start pointing at you, and they start jumping and dancing around. In fact, as you do that, they all get very excited and they just rush forward, leaving the rest of the party behind. They stop attacking the party as well. So unless you guys want to do opportunity attacks,
No.
anybody, anybody,
Nope,
anybody,
nope,
all
nope.
right, all right, just checking. Okay, all
Not
right,
this
just
time.
Thanks
okay.
for asking, though. I mean, I appreciate it.
I don't have
Just
a
want
spear.
I just want. Oh man, that's the only reason.
Yep.
Okay. They will attack these guys. They'll basically wipe out the ones that are in front. And the survivors, this guy will go down probably. This guy's going to go down. And Megara will literally just send forth what looks to be a sort of a very simple wizard spell by blasting fire from her fingertips. But there are so many flames and they're so powerful that she just melts all the ones in front of her.
Cool.
And she even gets the ones further out, actually. The dwarves, obviously outclassed, try to beat a hasty retreat for the door. As they do, let's roll some opportunity attacks. There's one over here. That'll be Daria, you can roll that one. Sophie, you can roll this one. Laura, you can roll this one. Oh my God. Jesus. Okay. All right. Well, that guy's actually going to go down. This guy's going to make it to the door. This guy, these guys, I guess, are far enough away. So they'll make it to the door. Okay. And they're shouting angrily and scared, and Zenith hears all of the typical commands. Retreat! Get back! Warn King Brunor! Where's Rick the Roller? Zenith.
I'm gonna shoot magic missile.
Oh my God.
One at this one at this one, and one
Oh.
at this one.
Oh, the wounded ones. Smart. Yeah. All right.
Let's do from left to right.
Okay.
Pew. Pew.
All right.
And pew.
Yeah. Wow. Well, they're all very badly burnt already, so you're going to finish off all three of them in the back.
Yes.
You guys are
yeah.
getting pretty good at killing things in the back. Yeah, all right. I mean, dwarves are technically lawful good, but lawful good versus what? I mean, what's the code by which you consider yourself lawful good, really? So speaking of shooting people in the back, Charlotte.
um, well, I think I'll have pity on them and just let them escape. So I'll pass my turn.
What?
What?
No, you don't want to do that.
Okay, but let me just do some measurements. Okay. Um,
I
I'll
mean,
shoot this one with a.
it's only murder if you get caught, right?
Wait, let me just check how many quivers I have left. Not quivers, but I've got 4. Okay. I'll where's my crossbow at? There we go. Ha!
You're so conflicted.
Oh.
Well, it obviously is going to hit the door and just shatter into like 1,000 pieces.
No, my bolt.
Uh, all right. Hotbeard, seeing that the tide has turned, runs out with the little spear in his hand, holding it like a threatening toothpick, shouting, "Rah!" Poking it into the air. And he sort of looks over at the rest of you guys and gives you all a wink. Delin.
Yeah, I'm gonna just really, really, and then I am going to go behind Ashley, and I'm just gonna push her in the back and say, "Do your thing, do your thing, talk to her."
Okay. So that'll be your turn, and
Yeah,
Ashley will take a turn. Yeah. Roll a persuasion check for Ashley.
huh, just a sec.
Just a d20.
Yeah. I was just gonna see if I had any inspiration, but I didn't.
Well, anybody else can give inspiration.
I can
You
give
know mine.
inspiration.
All right.
I'll take them all. So,
Just ones, please.
oh, 219.
Wow. Okay. You hear Ashley making some noises that sound like a raging inferno. It's almost like a bonfire that just goes out of control. It's like a lot of hissing and crackling and whooshing. And Megara looks down at Ashley's little form and then looks back at all of you and then at the dwarves and at Hotbeard and says something that none of you understand. Very good, Delin. Cracker.
I'm just gonna observe.
You're not going to kill those last 3?
Oh
My
wait, there's
God,
3 left? I
yeah, there's
didn't
3.
see them.
Sorry, there's
Oh my
3 by the
goodness.
door.
Sorry,
1,
sorry.
2,
I have
3.
my screen too far up.
I
Oh
I
my goodness.
apologize. Yeah, you
Well,
missed out on some XP farming.
woo! I'm in. So I grab my hold on. My longbow. I pull it out and I'm
Okay.
gonna shoot this one here.
All right. So he's wounded now. Which one
Okay.
was it? This one?
This one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's wounded.
And I'm sorry, just double checking. I can't take a second attack, can I?
Sure you
Oh
can.
yeah, I can. Okay, it's not just on melee. Sorry, I thought it might just be on melee.
That's all right.
And one more shot.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. I mean, the second one, do you want to describe it?
Well, the arrow pierces him right through the heart and he just falls over in slow motion.
Yeah, I mean, you wonder why he's as he's dying, you wonder why he's putting all that effort into trying to make it slow motion, but it just like, oh,
Yeah, like that.
and somehow even the physics seems to help you because when he flops on the ground, it's very slow. It's just like plop, plop, plop. Very good. Well done, Yvonne. All right. Byleth.
Okay. I think I will cast Scorching Ray on them.
Wow.
Um
Maybe you
I
should
guess
follow Megara.
um no, it's just my demonic powers, catching up on me. And okay, so The first one will go to this one, and the last two will go to this one.
Okay.
And I hope they all hit.
Wow.
Okay, that
Well,
was 2 fire. Yeah, well.
that helps. Uh-oh. Nope.
I tried.
Oh, I see. I didn't see the second roll. So the first one, okay, so the first one dies. Sorry. The second one you missed altogether. Yeah.
With
Well done.
21?
So in the order that
Well-
I see a 22 for 2 points, a 21 for 12 points, and an 8 for 6 points.
Yeah, I actually said that I do 1 on this one and the last 2 on this one. Didn't I say
Okay.
that?
Well, all right. It doesn't
I
matter.
mean,
So
yeah.
so
What's
you
worse?
one of them will be injured and one of them will be dead. Then
Okay,
for 2 points. Okay. Wow, really trying to.
I tried.
Megara looks at all of you and looks at the last fleeing dwarf, and she just sort of waves her hand, and all of these remaining little elementals just sort of jump all over him, and he just disappears in this little bit of lava, and all you hear is. Megara then looks at all of you and Ashley, and they seem to have a little conversation. Megara looks at Hotbeard and says something, and Hotbeard seems to understand. And Megara looks and points at the rest of you, and suddenly she just sort of steps into the lava, and you see her burn a hole through the lava and slowly sink into the ground. Hotbeard, seeing the opportunity to escape, jumps in after her. At this point, you hear rumbling. And Rick pops out of his roller. Oi, what the hell happened here? All the little elementals have disappeared as well, by the way.
Who is that?
Who is what? This?
Yeah, who's that?
Rick the roller?
The worst person or dwarf.
He's not the worst.
Is.
He is.
Oh dear. All right. Well, it's Zanice's turn, so Daria, you can tell everybody who he is.
Can I kill him? Dalen, please.
What do you ask me? I'm not your mother.
Yeah, I agree with Daria there. So he's asking, does Zanice want to answer? Are you actually asking? Are you taking your action to ask Delin if you can kill him?
No, I'm just gonna not answer him. I'm just gonna.
Nobody's going to answer his question.
Back. Why him again?
It's his home. He lives here. So why him again? Why are you here? This is my house.
Well, we did take care of his problem. He owes us some cash, I think. Some gold.
Okay.
But-
Yeah. Roll persuasion.
Oh, 8. I don't have advantage. So 8.
Oh, I was too late. Sorry. I was going to say aid, but I don't. Yeah.
Aid.
Like to help her persuade, like,
Oh.
shrugging my shoulders, put my hands out,
Oh, okay.
doggone
Right.
ill.
I was confusing because there's actually a spell called Aid,
Oh, sorry.
which is a cleric spell, and I was like, can you cast Aid?
Yes, I can.
Cracker is awesome.
I pull out my pan. I cast iron. I can cast aid.
I cast Aid.
I cast aid.
Okay, Yvonne, you can do whatever the hell you want. Yeah, real life intimidation. Okay. He looks. What? How are none of you hurt? And they're all dead? And burned to death? That'll be his turn. Sorry, Zanice. Daria, it's actually your turn.
I don't know. We just got here.
Excellent.
Yeah, deception. That's definitely deception.
17.
Oh, Oh, Hotbeard must have engineered an escape, and in the process they've killed all the dwarves, the whole battalion. I'll have to report this to King Bruner. Anything for Charlotte?
Yeah, I'll ask the party, like, who is that? Do we know him?
Why, King Bruner, he runs the whole show, doesn't he? He's king of Gauntlekrim.
Oh,
How did Megara get out? There should be water elementals keeping her under control. Have you seen anything? Dalin?
I'm just gonna kind of look around and pretend that I'm shocked and just shake my head. Oh, Hotbed, what have you done?
Oh boy.
And I'm slowly going to stop concentrating on Entangle.
Just melts
Uh,
away.
yeah.
Oh, look at that. I didn't even know she could do that. All right. Cracker, anything for you?
I'm watching Dylan and I'm taking some notes. So I'm like, I clap my hand to my mouth, looking really shocked. My eyes are wide, you know, shrugging my shoulders, looking a little like sad about all the dwarfs. Do you want a performance check?
Yeah, sure do.
Don't ask to
Mm.
roll.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah, that's a great idea. Go ahead and do that. I wasn't even gonna,
all right.
totally forgot. Go ahead. Yeah.
16. 16.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Hmm.
Oh, I've never seen an orc cry before. For a dwarf, no less. Byleth?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you still have another fireball?
I want to go with the flow, you know.
Uh-huh.
I'm also really sad. And uh, I think I want to command Ivy to get my arrowhead back. If she could do that.
Excuse me, do you mind? Can I just move this? Can I just move your dead corpse body? I just need to get that. Yeah, sorry. That's, yeah, I know. Okay, all right.
Well,
So Ivy goes and fetches it. She pulls it out of the door.
really tragic.
Yeah. Rick says, "Oh, I don't know how this is gonna go. The king's right behind me." And as he says this, you hear the sound of marching, and a couple of dwarves come through the passageway that the other dwarves had carved out. And as Ivy has removed the doorstop, they start to pull the doors open from inside. There's actually a lever that was recessed into the wall, which you wouldn't have paid attention to because you were already inside by the time you could have seen it. And they pull the levers and the doors swing open, and you hear the marching of dozens of dwarf boots. And at the front of the column, I know it's all looking a bit messy there. The front of the column is a dwarf with a bit more stature than the rest. Um, he looks like he's seen a battle or two. It appears that Megara is free. This is going to be a disaster. What will we do now? I'll have to inform all the lords of the Lords Alliance. And how did you all end up here in the first place? At which point Rick sort of interjects and he tells him, "Oh, I met these folks outside and they helped with a couple of things and oh, I don't understand why she woke. There should have been water elementals. I don't suppose you've got the bowl on you? Or you know what happened to the magical devices that kept her in place?" Looking at the party.
I'm still crying.
I'm comforting Cracker, just patting her on the back. It's okay. Going to be
How
okay.
do we know? No idea.
He waves a couple of dwarves and they rush off the same staircase that you just came down. And you wait a couple of minutes as they run with their short, stubby legs. And you hear some shouting, and then they run back and report in Dwarvish. "The bull's gone. It's been deactivated." Bruner looks at all of you and squints. Ashley kind of melts into the background. Do any of you know anything about the bowl?
Can I ask what ball?
That's got to be deception, right?
I really don't
Since-
know anything about the ball.
Since you're the one that literally pressed the button that freed the bowl.
I didn't. I didn't take the ball. I just push button.
I just pushed the button.
Okay.
Oh.
Good.
Wow.
Nice.
Well, he looks at you. It's
He
very
just-
obvious what's happened here. It's got to be the work of those drow. They're back. They've obviously freed Megara, stolen the water bowl, and have decided to wage war on Gontulgrim and the dwarves again. They're trying to destroy our economy and ruin the Underdark. I imagine if it weren't for you fine folks driving off Megara, she might be rampaging her way through the Underdark and through our city right now. You should all be commended.
Thank
I
you.
nod sadly.
He snaps a finger. Bring him out. And one of his lieutenants runs forward with a little box. I was going to give this as at a ceremony that was interrupted, but I'll have some new ones made up. Come here, each of you.
Okay.
All right.
And as you line up, he goes past each one of you, shakes your hand, and then very solemnly pins a little medal on your chest. Thank you for helping to save Gontulgrim. Although the loss of Megara is going to set us back, heaven knows how long, it could have been far worse. And of course, the bowl, priceless artifact that it was, we'll just have to find some solution. Suppose we don't need it now that Megara is no longer a primary concern. Well, if you ever need anything, know that you have a friend in Gontulgrim. I suppose we should head out now. I don't know how we're going to get out this way, though. That activity has set off some tectonic movements, and there's lava seeping in everywhere. I don't suppose I could impose on you for one last favor.
What would that be?
Well, pretty sure there's another way out, but we can't get to it because of the lavas. It goes through a portion of the city that's been in ruins and hasn't been reclaimed by the living. It's haunted, you might say. Now, generally, we've steered clear and given everybody a bit of fair notice not to disturb those that are no longer with us, whether they're suffering through the last moments of a terrible death or they're just reliving their spirit lives as if nothing had happened. It really doesn't matter to us. But at this point, in order for me to get the rest of the lads out, we'd have to go through there. And rather than get into a big old fight with them, or risk losing any more of my dwarves, it would be incredibly helpful if you could assist Rick, perhaps, in getting through the region.
Well, we are kind of good with dead things. We helped Blindingstone with some ghosts and spirits and whatnot.
Was that you? I'd heard about that.
Huh?
Yes. Well, clearly we're in the presence of heroes. And he shouts as he turns around to the doors behind them, and they all cheer. Yeah!
I straighten my back a little bit and just look smug.
Well,
We only
you
need
did-
one thing. Our amazing crossbow shooter here, she needs some more bolts. Could you acquire some?
bolts. Well, of
Yeah,
course.
crossbow bolts.
And he snaps another set of his fingers again. Another dwarf runs up and he says, "Give me your crossbow and your bolts." And he sort of looks reluctantly, but then he just hands it over. But these were made by my father. Shut up already. Stop your whining. Can't you see these are the heroes of Blingdenstone, and now the heroes of Gottulgrim? Well, we ought to be grateful just to be in their presence. Oh, it reminds me of the good old days when I used to run around and fight off evil with Drizzt and Cathy Bree and Wolfgar, and I don't suppose you know any of them. Well, it doesn't matter. It's fine. Well, oh, here, take all you want. Do you need an axe? Here, have an axe. How about
Javelin?
Could I be?
a javelin? Yeah, here's a javelin.
I
We've got
also need
plenty
a
of
new robe.
javelins.
I
Well,
burned mine while
I-
trying to fend off Megara.
I don't know
So-
if we have a robe laying around, but you can take my tabard. There, that'll work as a robe. You can tie it
Thank
around your
you.
waist. There you go. Yes. Yeah, wear it with pride, lassie. You look
Mm.
terrific. Yeah, fantastic.
Thank you.
Good. Well, I'll leave you to it then. We'll just go and check out the rest of the damage and see if we can salvage anything. Looks like maybe Hotbeard was still working on a few magical items there.
Hmm.
Rick, you can show them down to the lower areas and see if they can't find a solution. You give them some support, of course, but I'll let you trail behind, and you can do your thing. And he looks at all of you and winks. And we won't say anything about the Duragar. Not all the lads like them, you know. Some of them still remember the last time they were here. Never mind the fact that she is quite comely and has a tremendous beard, if I do say so myself.
Mhm.
Right. Well, of course, you've got some work cut out, but at some point we'll have to have a feast in the hall, and you'll have to tell us how you fought off Megara and survived. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be quite a stirring tale. All right,
I
then.
guess so.
Off you go. Rick, take him down to the catacombs, would you? There's a good lad. Right, follow me. And he just rolls on out.
I'm gonna run after him just to get
Yeah.
out of there.
Yep.
Just start to walk really fast and start running.
Sounds good.
Wait, so how many crossbow bolts do we get?
However many you'd like.
Yay! I'm gonna fill my quiver.
How about we'll give you 40? How's that?
40.
So
Oh my
could I also
gosh.
get one, maybe?
No, you
Oh,
don't
yes,
get
Need
any.
one.
We're all out.
Roll.
The
Oh,
person who.
wait. I'm gonna run back and get my spear.
Oh, great.
First, pick up my spear and then run.
Oh, yes. Feel free to take that spear. It's fine. I'm
Oh,
sure we've got enough.
It's mine. I tried to chuck it at Hotbed. So, thank you. Bye. And I'm just.
Wait, why was she throwing it at hot? Oh, right. Yeah. Well, I'm sure it's fine.
Run, run, run. Go, go, go.
And you guys roll down a bunch of corridors, and you eventually get to another area. It's clearly very, very empty. It smells like it's been abandoned for quite a long time. You can tell that there's mold, some decaying material, possibly even dead bodies, although that should have been a long, long time ago. So it's hard to understand why that would be the case now. And as you get down there, Rick says, "All right. Well, I didn't realize you were going to be so incredibly helpful there. So I do apologize for having to ask for another favor, but why don't we do this? You find your way, and I'll see about following up behind you.
Okay. How far behind will you be?
Oh, I can catch up in a turn or so, but I'll let you lead the way there, and if necessary, I'll provide a bit of support."
Okay. Right. Can you hear anything inside that bowl?
Yeah, sure. If you're shouting, I can hear anything, and if you're screaming, death screams, that sort of things, I can definitely hear some of it.
Okay. But normal talking, you can't hear anything.
It
So you need to
depends.
yell to get your attention.
Well, it is Mithril after all. and he
Yeah.
bangs on it. Bong, bong, bong.
Okay. Yeah, let's gather around and try and find some dead people, I guess. Is anyone hurt, by the way?
Yeah, I could use some
Oh,
rest.
do you want to
Me
pick
too.
me up or a rest?
It kind of depends on what you think we're going to encounter here, but I wouldn't mind having a bit more chutzpah, if you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
we know that the ones in Blinging Stone, they hit really hard.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having a little buffer there.
Yeah, and I suppose that I should kind of save my spells
Yeah, do you think maybe we could hunker down for a little
a little
rest?
while.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, that was pretty exciting.
yeah, it was.
Walking into that craziness
Yeah,
Mm.
Jesus.
right at the end, minutes
Yeah,
before it ended, seconds before it ended.
yeah. Let's take a rest and talk about something else. It's kind of put me in a bad mood seeing all those dead dwarves. Let's
Tragic,
just,
yeah.
yeah,
That we
just
killed,
didn't say that.
that we
Just
roasted, that we barbecued, and then getting the medals.
mm,
I buff it
Yay.
up a little, it's
yeah.
pretty nice, pretty sweet.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a little bit of writing around it. It's like a little, it looks like a little hammer, but it's in a circle, and along the circle, there's some engraving which Zanice can read, and it says, "Hero of Dwarves."
Um, no, Rick is there. Um, I'm gonna try and kind of hide it a bit, fold my cape over it so I don't have to look at it.
Yeah.
I can't read.
The guilt.
I didn't translate that. They don't.
Okay,
I
still,
think I'm gonna try to put it in my bag anyway.
yeah, not in disrespect, just kind of don't want to
Mm.
lose it.
Yeah.
Yeah, put in the
Yeah,
bag of holding next
Like
to
in
the
the
stolen bowl of water elemental commanding.
just bing when you drop it.
like all the way down, never to be seen again.
Jesus. Let's take rest. Ah, that was fun.
Yeah, that was pretty
Well,
hilarious.
well, I think I mean it's a little bit early, but it seems like a good place to stop.
Whew, that was nerve-wracking.
Why don't you guys tell me what spells you're preparing for next week? This way I can get a jump start on it, and then we'll call it a day and pick up next week.
Yes, should we just say that we take a long rest?
Yeah,
Or
let's say you're taking a long rest,
okay.
Yay.
and Rick will provide security while you guys are taking a long rest, so you don't need to do
Okay.
anything.
So undead. Can I be a paladin again? Since we're mixing undead, just for this bit. Just
Yeah, and yeah.
mm,
And then what? You're gonna go back to being a druid? How does that work?
I don't know, kind of memory lapse, and then get my memory back. I don't know.
Mhm. All right. You prepare your paladin character sheet and we'll talk about it.
No, no, no. It would have been good to have turn undead and holy smite and
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Anybody else want to make any massive changes while we're at it? More
maybe dip
tieflings?
into cleric a bit.
Can't
Need a
have
haircut.
can't have too many tieflings, right?
Oh, oh, that would be awesome. A full party of tieflings.
Oh yeah.
Just
I still want to do some things, but just the obligatory, the portent and all that.
Yeah, do your portent. Do your portent now. Do your spells. If you want to become a paladin, you can, but not for just the one session.
oh, I'm kidding.
I know you're kidding, but just to be clear, you guys
Yeah.
can make changes, but
I do miss
Okay.
paladin, but I'm gonna stick with druid until
I
she
think
dies.
I think you're pretty cool, druid, to be honest with you.
Mhm.
Okay, but don't forget, if you guys do need some healing, you guys need to find a solution because now you're down to the one healer again, which is
Yep.
a little bit tricky. Okay, 2 slightly average rolls.
Yeah. And
bad.
a word.
Huh?
Um,
Oh, right, a
a
word.
word. Yeah. I, like, as in me.
As in the Scottish.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like yes.
Write it out in the chat. We can have a record of it. And she knows how to spell it.
Oh, like yes in German. Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
This is
same in
good.
Norwegian. Yeah.
Ja.
Ja, das ist gut.
Das ist wirklich gut.
Well, no, you should all have a wonderful week knowing that you are now the heroes of Gauntlgrim.
Mhm.
If you're not
I feel very
nauseous with guilt.
I feel very
A bit.
accomplished.
If you have any more situations like that, I'm going to prepare faint death and just cast it on myself whenever in there and just pretend I'm dead.
Yeah.
Lay dead.
Played it.
Just possum it up.
Yep.
Ooh.
Hey,
That's
that was
awesome.
all on you guys. You guys rolled well, you did deception, you used your portents, you used your advantages. I mean, you guys are getting incredibly adept at lying, apparently.
Yeah.
I feel bad.
Excellent.
A question. These kind of undead that we met before, the kind of ghosts, were they corporeal or were they kind of wispy?
Which ones? The ones in Blingdenstone?
In Blingdenstone, yeah.
Yeah, for the most part, I mean, you don't necessarily know what everything was that you met, but there were definitely a lot of creatures that were partly ephemeral, right?
Okay. Mhm.
Transparent, translucent.
Mhm. Okay. I'm gonna stay with Windwall just in case.
Okay.
And I'm also going to take away Waterwalk. Hopefully, won't see any more lava in a while. And
Yeah.
do Daylight
Yeah, that's a good
just in
choice.
case.
Why don't you post it here just so everybody can see what it is and they can get an idea. Maybe it inspires other people to think about moving.
There and Windwalk is
Yeah,
that one. Not Windwalk, but Windwall.
right. Very good.
I'm going to switch to sleep for Misty Step.
Ooh, good
Oop.
choice. Yeah. Not really sure you can put any ghosts to sleep. They're kind of already
Half
Sleep
a
forever.
yeah.
the big sleep.
And
All right. Any changes for Byleth or Zanice? Oh,
No.
Zanice can't change anything.
I don't think so. I think I'm just gonna
Okay.
go with the flow.
Go with the flow. Yeah, the fireball. I mean, one of the first times you used it successfully, you blew up a bunch of lawful good dwarves. Nice.
yeah. So much for trying to be good.
So much. It's so hard to be good.
Well,
It's so hard.
I
Defense
actually didn't
isn't bad.
hurt any of them. I just entangled them. And then I got Ashley to talk to the elemental. I didn't do anything. Oh, I'm on the road to good.
You killed one.
Rick's like, what's that you said?
No, nothing. You're rolling away. Go roll. Roll with the flow.
Well, I hope you guys had fun. That was I thought that was an awesome session. And
Yeah.
I will see you guys next Sunday
Yeah.
when
Yes.
we shall be fighting some ghosts.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Sounds
Okay.
good. Thank you.
Take
All
care.
right.
Bye.
Bye.
Great.
care.
That was
Take
Have a
fun.
great week.
Bye.
Bye.
You
Have a
too.
great week.
Bye bye.